Up everybody, Logan here again, coming at you guys with another video. And Halcyon and I, and then Vance as well, I'm going to talk to him after we hop off this Zoom. We're going to restart the 5K to 10K challenge. Now, if you guys remember, in 2021 we did the 3K to 10K challenge. We got up to about 5,500 and then completely stopped it, just because the market was shifting. It got much more volatile and it became a little bit harder for us to do that. But one thing I do want to start over from is this 5K spot. And I don't really want to put a time constraint on it. My plan is to do like 5K to 10K and hopefully by Christmas. But of course, I don't want to do anything like that as far as like putting a time frame on it. But I really just want to teach anybody who has a small account, basically how to take the proper steps and just to build good trading habits. Because if you can do 5 grand to 10 grand, you can definitely do 50 grand to 100 grand as well. And I think that's one of the main goals for a lot of people who trade, is they want to be able to scale, right? So we're going to go over that a little bit in this video, but I appreciate you coming back on for this one, Halcyon, and I'm excited to see what you got for us.
I have all the magic is what I've got for you. As I almost knocked my mic over. I just caught it.
Just punch it over.
Literally just punch the thing in the face. Yeah, so I think probably, as people are looking at this, and there's lots of, not a lot, but there was a period of time in 2020, 2021 where that was the thing, was doing small accounts to, and try to double those. And the reality is, with small accounts, you can honestly get rewarded for doing stupid things. And unfortunately, those habits that you create are things that are going to destroy you when you get larger accounts. And so I think one of the primary objectives of this next iteration of 5K to 10K is to really do it in a way that is going to, as you're mentioning, reinforcing the smart long-term habits of successful trading versus the, let's just make this happen, go full sending every single time and just hope that you hit a couple good, trades in a row and call it a day. Primarily, well, I wouldn't say primarily. I'm saying we're going to look at whatever is available, what's out there, what's offering opportunities. This could be on the the short side. This could be selling premium. This could be going long. This could be individual stocks that show up and offer interesting risk reward, to take them. And so, I think but everything will be structured and sized in such a way that's going to allow for, again, accounts that are at 5K to participate with this. Obviously we likely won't do much SPX, keep it more on SPY to start. And in terms of when we look at premium, it'll be a mixture of, I'm going to guess, probably lean more one day out and longer. There will be some 0 DTEs if there's opportunities, but with the VIX being what it is currently, which just means our volatility has been a lot more relaxed in the last couple of weeks, you're not seeing the same level of opportunities day in and day out with big movement working. You can just look at this chop for most this day on SPY here. The bulk of the day, with the exception of this morning, which again, this feels like this is like a 3% down day, which we've had, in the last 6 months ago, this was 3%.
Oh yeah.
Instead, this is like 0.4, 0.5%. It's not like it's not the same level of volatility we're seeing. And then you can see we've just been literally stuck in this range all day long, which, we'll look at how do we take advantage of that. Obviously, iron condors lately have been really, really solid, smart plays to work on setting them up, legging into them, one side in the first bit and then the other side, and a little bit later on when the presents the opportunity. I think that's the main gist of what we'll look through. The other part of it is just going to be talking through regularly the mindset that you want to have to creating these proper trading skills. Because again, you look at people long-term doing this, and when you look at everyone who does this long-term, the way they interact and what they do and how they organize themselves is totally different the way somebody who is new at this, or just getting, going a year into this or so, it's a totally different mindset, to view these things longer term than what have you done for me lately, market? Can I get into these various things I'm trying to get into, or can I get my quick whatever, chunk of change I'm trying to get here? So, I'm excited to have that conversation. You know me, that's one of my favorite parts to really discuss is, really the mindset side of things, creating the proper habits to let you win long term. Because again, you can do habits that are going to maybe get you a quick short-term burst, and then those things will blow you out when the market shifts its personality. And I think anybody who's traded for any bit of time longer than a year would 100% testify. It's happened to me when in my early days of trying all this, where I thought I figured the market out, and then it shifts its personality completely, and my strategies are only revolving around one way of making money, and then I get blown out. And that's happened to me more than one time, as I was getting all this stuff figured out for myself. So yeah, I think that's probably one of the things that I'm most excited about, to see how this all translates, and just the transparency of the thought process. I think that's a big element here for most people is, let's be transparent with the way we're thinking this through, what the setup is that we're watching, and why you want to do this, so that you, at the end of the day, the goal is for you to be able to do this on your own. We'll give you the tools and equip you. Come hang out for the community and discussing through how all this works, and and have fun in the process, make some money, and and then take the skills that you learn and hone and figure out what is your version of using this stuff. So yeah, that's my thought process on this, my take, and looking forward to seeing what presents itself. It's always fun hunting and stalking down the right next trade.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited too when it comes to like how like the pace that we're going to take this too, and without having, like I said earlier, any sort of time constraint on it. I think it's going to help my mindset as well, and a lot of other people, where even when you're like collectively doing something as a group or as a community, I feel like that's able to keep you a bit more patient than like completely doing something on your own.
Sure.
And that's the other thing too, that like, talking to you guys, whether it's you, Vance, overall, like it keeps me patient because it almost keeps me in check, knowing that other people know the trade that you're taking as well. Like it really makes you even more disciplined at what you're doing. So that's what I'm probably most excited for, is just that, no time constraint on it. So we can really find the best setups, and just to try to focus on being the right side of the trade as much as possible. Because I found like, throughout the bear market time, no matter how many put credits you sold, you were just, underwater over and over and over, where the call credits, no matter where you were, seem to have just been printing.
Yeah.
So that's one thing too, is like just trying to focus on being on the right side of the trade, just so that we can do this with like the least amount of mental energy and effort, compared to, if you were like, all right, we're going to start this out by putting 5 grand in right away. That whole 5 grand is going to make $500 on the first trade or whatever.
Sure.
But that, I just
I
find
want
that.
to say we had that Batman trade that landed directly in one of the center strikes.
Oh yeah.
And that was a nice kick it off. But the reality is, statistically, that's super unlikely to happen. A very low probability to regularly repeat that. That feat there. So
Yeah, absolutely. And I think, like I said out of the gate, and you did too, we're going to stay away from SPX for a little bit, just because, I don't think 5 grand's too small to trade SPX in general, right? Everybody has different rules and theses for it. But I think for this challenge, I think SPX is just too large, personally. And I think because I want to keep a lot of the buying power available at a lot of the times, and just slowly be able to watch this account grow, throughout the year, of hopefully more low volatility, but we'll see, what the market
sure.
does end up bringing us. But yeah, no, I'm really excited for this challenge. Is there anything else you want to touch on today about it?
Nope, just yeah, let's like I said, the part about transparency with how we're thinking through this part, I think that'll be worth its weight in admission for this. So yeah, that's a That to me is the difference maker, is being able to see how the thought process works and why you get something. Just getting an alert on something is useless in my opinion for most people, especially when they're starting off. You need to see the thought process behind it so you can start extrapolating. Is this style fit for what your personality type is like? Does it make sense to you logically? Those kinds of things. So yeah, that's all I got, man.
Awesome. Well, I appreciate it big time. If you guys want to come follow along, the link is down below in the description for the small account challenge. You guys can see it down there. It's the Discord or Launchpass link, as you guys can see. If you guys did make it this far and haven't left a like, a comment, or haven't subscribed yet, I think we're at 12,300 and some, like maybe 350. So I really appreciate all the support as always. And Halcyon, thanks again for coming on for another video. And I'm excited for your help and to see where we end up taking this small account challenge.
Always, man. No problem.
Awesome. Well, that's going to be everything for us. And we will see you guys in the next one with some updates.